Hello, welcome to the next part of the diary. So we're back up at the club lake, as you can see. Just having a little walk around now. Just got up here. Just having a little walk around now just to see if I can see any signs, any clues that can be given. It's empty. There's no one else on here, so I pretty much have the choice of the lake, which sometimes makes it a bit trickier. Sometimes a bit easier, especially if you see signs, you can sort of react to that without the worry of affecting anybody else on the lake. However, there isn't an awful lot going on. Temperature is dropping steadily. It's supposed to be very, very cold tonight actually. So kept a bit of fluff on, just keep the chin warm. But no, looking around, can't really see an awful lot going on at the moment. So we're going to keep on the lookout, do a couple of laps maybe, just to see if we can see just one little sign, one little opportunity that I think is something to go on. But apart from that at the moment, haven't seen an awful lot. It might just be a case of picking a swim where I know there are maybe a couple of spots that are produced previously, and it's a case of whether they're in those spots or not. So we'll just have to see what goes on and take a look and decide where we're going. Once I've decided and I'm in the swim and I'm set up, then I'll check in again and kind of show you where I am, what I've decided to do, and kind of where I'm deciding to put the rods. But yeah, it's a tricky one at the moment. We have some pigs right next to the lake that are on a farm next to the lake. You can hear them probably. Here we go, look, I'll show you. What, pig legs? There's a couple of them in here. A couple of them are quite big. They're quite fun when they come running over, giving it the big one. They can't get through. There's an electric fence, so they can't get through. But I know Zach, when he comes up, he loves to come over and have a look at the pigs and watch them. So yeah, a little bit different around the lake. But yeah, we'll continue our walk round and just see what we can see. And if there's anything to go on, then I'll obviously act upon that. But failing that, I'll pick a swim that kind of feels right, maybe. Bit of instinct, bit of kind of previous experience in a swim, for example. And then we can get going. So I'll check in with you once I'm in the swim and once I've decided where I'm going to go. Oh, pig's coming again. He's coming to say hello again. Here he comes. There we go. There we go. Right, I'm going to carry on my walk and I'll check in with you later. So, we've got one. Just screened off on the middle rod and give me a right run around. Took out the right rod as well, but we'll sort that out in a minute. And we've ended up with this lovely 18-pound mirror carp. Look at that, what a lovely fish. And so like a block of ice, it's starting to freeze over a little bit now. It's getting a bit cold, and this fish is cold. It's like holding a block of ice at the moment. So gonna get a couple of stills and then we'll get it back, and then we can reset the rods, and I'll catch up with you in a minute. But yeah, really pleased with that, and You just never know on these sessions in the winter. If you're here, you've got a chance. Right, so we've reset the rods. Middle rod was the one that went off with the fish, so straight back out on the spot that it was on before. Went out nicely, and the right hand rod had to reset as well because the fish caught the line on the way in, so you have to kind of reset it, otherwise it kind of plays on your mind, doesn't it? And that's gone out nicely as well again, so all 3 rods are out on spots that I'm happy with, and yeah, real nice fish that one, 18.5 pound, absolute block of ice when I was holding it. It was really chilly. It was just starting to sort of kind of get a bit, you know, a bit frosty when I was playing that fish, and when I put it on the mat, there was a little bit of sort of light frost on the actual mat. So it's just clouded over there, and it's just started raining, as you can probably hear. So it's warmed up a little bit. So I don't think it's going to freeze like they said it was going to freeze tonight, which is a bit of a bonus really. I thought it was going to be a lot colder than it actually is, so it might help. It might help. They might still be in the mood to feed. You never know, and we might just nick another one. But like I said, if you're not here, you can't catch them. So you know, we've had a couple of blanks last couple of weeks, and yeah, it's nice to get another one on the banks. So you know, we'll always take one. Another one would just be a bonus, really, to be honest. I'll show you the swim in the morning where I am. Didn't really get a chance earlier. I was kind of rushing to beat the light, really, to get everything set up and done. And it started raining a little bit as well, so I didn't really get the get the camera out before I got everything set up and I was in the house. So kind of just ran out of time a little bit, really. But then my mate came up for a cuppa. He's not fishing tonight, but just came up for a cuppa and a chat, and kind of let it go, really. And then the fish came, and I thought, oh, better do a video. So so that's where we are. That's what we're doing. That's where we got to now. It's just gone midnight, actually. So yeah, we'll see what the night brings, if anything. It's supposed to be raining for the next couple of hours, but I'm looking at the weather now, so I'll hold up in here. The door's well and truly up tonight. Cup of tea, I think, get myself warm a bit, and hopefully next time I catch up with you, it will be with a carp in my hands. If not, then I'll catch up with you in the morning, and I'll show you the swim, and when I reset the rods, I'll show you the rig that I caught that fish on, just so you can see what I was doing with that. So for now, good night. Good morning. Quiet night after that fish last night. Quiet on the fishing front. It wasn't quiet on the weather front. We had a bit of everything last night. We had rain, a bit of hail. Yeah, it was blowing a bit of a hoolie, and plenty of rain coming down last night, so there wasn't any more action. But quite a nice morning so far. It's nice and bright, and bit of rain on and off, but it's not as cold as I thought it was going to be, which is a bit of a result. So we'll see what happens. I've reset the rods, and I'll show you the swim, show you where I am, and where I've put the rods, and then we'll just kind of sit on our hands for a little while and just see what happens. If I see anything showing, if I see any signs, then I'll definitely move one of the rods onto that and see if we can get any result from there. But at the moment all is quiet. There's not a lot going on really. Still the only one on the lake. No one's turned up this morning, which I'm surprised at. I thought a couple of the lads might have turned up for a day session at least, but it's still very quiet. So I've still got plenty of choice. So if I do see something, I can move wherever I want to. Really, I can put the rod wherever I need to, even if it's across, you know, a couple of the other swims. There's no one around, so I've pretty much got this side of the lake to myself, and I can react if I see a sign. So I'll show you the swim now, and you can see what I'm doing. So here's the swim. This is where I am, and I've got one of the rods is just in the channel. Where's my finger? There it is. One of my rods is just in the entrance to the channel there. There's like a channel that goes through between the two parts of the lake, and then the other rod where the fish came from is just off that point there, sort of in line with that tree. There's a slope that comes off the front of that bay. That's where the bay is, and it kind of gradually slopes down over the course of about 6 foot. Drops about 2 foot in total from top to bottom, but a very gradual slope. So I'm at the bottom of that slope, and so that's where the bite came from. So very pleased with putting one there and that decision. And then the other rod is on the left hand side here, not far out, it's just about here, and that's the spot that I fished from the other swim over there, where I've had a few fish from. It's where Chris had one of his fish from on the last video. So you can cast it from there, but from here it's literally an easy underarm flick. So that was why I made the decision to come in here. I didn't have anything to go on after I walked around yesterday, and as I do in those situations, it's kind of a bit of instinct. It's a bit of kind of going back to spots that I know have produced in the past, if there's nothing actually to go on. So that's what I decided to do, and thankfully it's produced a result from last night. So very pleased with that. And as I say, if I see anything happen, see any signs, then I'll try and react and move on to it. But what time are we now? We're now at sort of about 20 to 10, so I'm going to give it till about 1 o'clock today. The weather's supposed to move in a bit more this afternoon, so I want to be sort of done, packed up and sort of gone by the time that kicks in. But we'll see what happens. I'll show you the rig that I caught the fish on when I bring that rod in, and you can sort of see what I did to get it. So there we go. I'll check in later. Right, so we come to the end of the session. I'm in the car. I've just completed what was the wettest pack up ever. Everything is soaked to bits. So yeah, get it home, get it out, start drying it out. And you know, not bad. We had a fish, nice fish as well. So I'll take that. As I said, every time I take that. And hopefully we'll be back up. Might even be back up tomorrow night. Potentially, so I'm just trying to see if I can line that up. So I might have another session to do this weekend, so we'll see how we get on. But for now, it's time to get home, get dry, get all the kit dry, or as dry as I can, and till next time, and then we can have another go. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you soon.